Comes into Tony. Look out, it's on line. Oh, you gotta love that action. Oh, are you kidding me?
Oh, what a dunk.
I love this game.
Hello and welcome to the NBA Game of the Week. We will continue to show the best games of the 1994-95 season. It's 2.5 weeks into the competition. We go to the mile-high city of Denver, Colorado, where the Nuggets host the Detroit Pistons. After a big half from Denver's Brian Stith, the Nuggets were able to cut down the Pistons' lead of 15 points. We pick it up in the second half with Detroit on top, 57-51.
Starting fives out for both coaches as we begin the third. Robert Pack with 3 fouls was quiet, 1 for 5 shooting in the first half, although he did have the 6 assists. Rogers high posted. Into Dumars, blocked by West.
Oh, man.
Hill was there for support. Dumars looking for somebody off a double team. Nothing happened. 10 to shoot. Hill hasn't taken to the hole much tonight. Zips the pass to Hunter. Lindsay way off on the 3.
Maybe one extra swing of the ball that time. Lindsay shooting 2 of 7 from the floor in the first half.
Rodney Rogers. And he has 11. 57-53. Seems like every time you take sort of a questionable shot, you pay for it.
You pay for it quickly because it leads to an easy rebound and a run out by Denver.
Bills has doubled quickly Mutombo this time. Tough pass to Hill, who out-jumped Williams for it. Lindsay tries again, a little softer this time. Out it goes to Stith. He's had trouble outside the arc tonight. Pat runs into Hill. Again, Grant tried to draw it, couldn't on the charge. Williams to the corner. In and out. Rebound. Stith somehow got a piece of it. West knocked it away.
Oh, West got a bigger piece of Stith.
Yes, he did. Terry Mills from the same spot. Says, Lindsay, here's how you do it. No?
Man, they need to maybe bring that offense to the other side of the floor. It's not working on that side.
Or take it inside. 57-53. Pack off the screen. He nails it.
Okay, the Pistons now a bit of a lull offensively. Have yet to score. We played a little over 2 minutes in this quarter. Now, as you said, Fred, it's time to work the ball inside. Eschew the jump shot right now. You don't want Denver to go on one of those runs that they're so famous for on this early season.
Denver has had trouble in third quarters this year, though. Hunter, nice pass to West. Blocked by Mutombo. It's his second tonight.
I don't have a problem with that, though. They went inside. They got a high percentage shot, and Mutombo just adjusted and got a nice block.
So now Denver looking to tie or even perhaps go ahead. Stith with it. Pistons ended up by as many as 9. Pack delivers inside, and a 3-second violation on Dikembe. He speaks about a half a dozen languages. So let's see if the Pistons now can get off a good shot inside. Turnover is still decidedly in the Pistons' favor. Hill tried to split it.
Not easy.
He'll have to settle for a jump ball, which he should win.
Not easy.
Williams or Pack.
Grant probably given another opportunity, but back that out, pass it real quickly, then the Pistons can attack the basket because they're going to attack with numbers in their favor. Very difficult dribbling through double teams.
Johnny Dawkins will replace Lindsey Hunter. Lindsey sits down 2 for 8. 6'8" Hill against 6'7" Reggie Williams. Won easily by Hill. West, an opportunity to do Mars. Got it up there, and a goaltend. Good call. A little bit of a late whistle, but Joe quickly got it up on the glass. He knew Mutombo was coming. He could hear the pounding of the hoofs.
And that's the key, Fred. You're right. He got it up there quickly. Hey, forget maybe even trying to make it. Just get it on the glass. You know Mutombo's going to go after it, but after he puts it on the glass, no matter what Mutombo does, it counts.
They can't even blow on it at that point. The Pistons go up 4. Reggie Williams stops on a dime. No. Rebound. Comes out to Hill. Pistons by 4 with the ball in transition. Great pass inside to Hill's a nice turn. A great catch, but he traveled.
That was a heck of a pass because you know what? He passed that ball off the dribble.
Yes.
One hand and got it there very
Who used to do that?
Oh, you know, I know who used to do that. That was Magic Johnson's trademark.
No one ever did it
yeah.
better than Irvin, that's for sure. 59-55. Reggie Williams to Dikembe, a high hook. No. Rebound Mills. He challenged the shot without a foul. Pistons by 4. If they could start hitting some shots, they could get that lead back up to 9 or 10 again. Dawkins thought about a 3 off a screen, decided against it. Dumars now has Rogers on. He's swinging around. Hill to the hole. High archer over Dikembe Mutombo.
Yes.
Sweet move as he was already off the floor when Mutombo's seemingly endless arm went up there, and Hill with 10. Pack to Williams. Now it rolls out. Ball goes out of bounds off Williams. Pistons possession. Terry Mills off his hip, and it goes. A la Joe Dumars. And Terry with 8.
Terry with a runner. Nice shot, big fella.
It went down. And the Pistons force a Denver called timeout. So the Pistons rebuff yet another challenge from Denver. 7:23 to go in the third quarter. Pistons up by 8. Now defense, as you know, Greg, is infectious. When it starts to pay dividends, everybody starts turning it up a notch.
Well, you help me, I help you, and you're right, it does get contagious, and all of a sudden you have a pretty good team defense going.
You sound like Barney. Rogers from the corner. No. Rebound Dawkins. Nobody near it. Pistons by 8 with the ball. Grant Hill. Cut off by Williams. Baseline defense. Grant still with it. Illegal defense against Denver. Oh, a hand check instead. Not much contact there for Williams. But you can see everybody on the floor for Denver very cognizant of Grant Hill having the ball.
Tom Hammond's just 2 points tonight after a big 22-point effort against San Antonio in a game in which he had 2 vicious dunks over the top of David Robinson.
Dawkins passed up a 3 so Terry could fire away. Clanks it off the side of the backboard. 63-55. See Terry missed many of those. Back behind the back, too cute. No turnover, though, as Mutombo saved him. Dikembe wanted a goaltend as well, but he'll shoot 2 free throws.
Saved Pack big time that time because Pack took the ball too deep and had nowhere to go. Look, once he goes into the spin, he's lost.
Didn't see Terry Mills coming at him.
That's right. And one of the criticisms of Robert Pack in recent times has been his tendency to turn the basketball over. He's done a much better job of that, just 3 turnovers per game so far this year in 41 minutes. That's significant.
They always judge guards assists versus turnover ratio, and obviously you have more assists than turnovers. Well, Pack's numbers were almost even, the deadly ratio for a point guard. Mutombo hits them both. 63-57. Dikembe with 10. He averages about that per game. Trap broken easily with a couple of passes. Dumars jumps. Perfect. Joe's got the stroke tonight. He has 21. 65-57. Greg and I were talking before the game. We expect this to be a noisy house tonight, but the Pistons have kept them quiet.
That's right. They have kept this crowd in its seat. They've been seated pretty much since the introduction. They got on their feet for that. But that's one way of beating Denver because this is a young team that feeds off emotion and enthusiasm. And this crowd hasn't been able to lend them any help so far.
Mark West has 4 fouls. Oliver Miller thus comes off the bench. And a frustrated Mark West will sit down. Miller comes back off the bench. 6 second quarter points. Back against Dawkins. Good fronting job by Dumars on Stiff.
Detroit's bench. Another good night.
Ball deflected inside, blocked by Hill and Miller, I believe. Oliver may have gotten more of it, but still Denver ball as Mutombo rips it out of the grasp of Dawkins. Pack down the lane, no. Mutombo follows. Ball kicked by Mutombo. Jams it hard and he's fouled. Dikembe has been wearing him out on the offensive glass.
He has been there, you're right. He had 5 offensive boards in the first half. He's been omnipresent underneath that glass. But give Detroit credit. They hang in here, and they do not... There's the block on Hammonds.
Yeah, Grant got the first part of it, then Oliver the second. Great job by Grant to go straight up with no contact.
Get it out of here. And then a good job of not letting Mutombo just go back up with a free slam. They put him on the free throw line and make him earn 2.
Dale Ellis checks back in. Reggie Williams sits down. Mutombo's knocked down 3 straight at the line. Make it 4. 65-59. 6-point game. Dumars off a pick from Mills. Dawkins wide open, takes it this time. Johnny No may have burst it a little bit. Stiff had it pop out of his hand by Dumars. Behind the back, cross court to Mills. Blocked by Mutombo. Pistons with plenty of time. They don't need to hurry here. Dawkins tries a 3. Short. Pistons have had trouble in the three-point shooting department tonight, especially in this half. 24-second clock brought to you by Epidac 24, the first cold tablet for consistent 24-hour relief. I'll put those things to work the last week, I'll tell you.
That time of year.
Yep. Ellis looking for a pitch into Hammonds. Wide base against Mills. Do a double from Dawkins. Stiff wide open. Pumps it home.
One of the few times that the rotation was not there. They double down on Hammonds, forces him to give it up. Good rotation of the ball by Denver. Stiff with a wide open jumper. He pulls Denver to within 4. Pistons looking to get Grant, perhaps on an isolation, but Joe decides to take it himself.
A long 3. Mills with a long rebound. Joe against Ellis. Zips the pass to Mills. Wide open 3. Got it. Finally got one to fall.
Law of averages in their favor on that side at that time.
Terry's second triple. 68-61. Back on the left-handed dribble was cut off. Stiff looking inside. It's Hammonds into the lane. And a reach-in foul on Detroit. It's going to go on Oliver Miller. 3rd on Oliver.
And he knew it the moment he did it. And he also knows that he must avoid further foul trouble because Mark West also saddled with 3 or 4.
West has 4, so Eric Lechner may be thinking about being used as one of the reinforcements tonight if Miller picks up his 4th. Hammonds, Stiff, Mutombo, a hook. First time we've seen it tonight.
The sky hook from Dikembe Mutombo. See, that's what I'm saying. Occasionally, he can give you a flash of that. Not a steady diet.
68-63. Inside 4 minutes to go in quarter number 3. Pistons have led most of the way. Hill posting up Stiff. And a hand check foul on Stiff. Bryant played primarily small forward at Virginia, where he was a prolific scorer. And when they played Duke, Grant was at the 2-guard spot, so they didn't match up against each other very much in the ACC. Humble sweeper.
Don't see that a lot.
Not since Kareem retired. Miller inside. He got it on a feather pass from Dawkins. And Oliver has a
Piston forced a big-time mismatch that time when Pack had to switch off on Oliver Miller. Good recognition by the Pistons and a nice pass, keeping it up top, out of the reach of Pack that time.
Back to a 7-point game. Backdoor cut. Inside Ellis blocked. Hill got another one. Here come the Pistons. Denver drop back. Grant making his defensive presence known here in the quarter. Dumars back to Miller. Oliver puts it on the deck. Missed it. Rebound Mills got a piece. So did Dumars to Hill on a reset shot clock. Dawkins for 3. No.
Oh, Johnny's just been short on a few shots tonight. That was a big one. They could have put him up 10.
Ellis with a head fake. And a shot that goes down. Dale Ellis with 8. Pistons just have to be careful with these three-point attempts. But they don't allow the Nuggets to get on a run. 70-65. Pistons have usually had an answer when Denver's come back. Dawkins from the corner at 2. He got it.
Yeah, you're not going to just leave him unguarded all evening and expect him to keep missing. Johnny, too good a shooter for that. Another assist for Grant Hill.
Especially keep in mind he was 63% from the floor for this season coming in. Johnny D tonight 2 for 6 now. Pistons 72-65 with a lead. Hill leaning on Hammond. Stiff called for it. 18-foot pop is perfect.
The rotation just a little bit late getting back. But the Pistons had to rotate that time as Hammond was posting up on Grant Hill. They made him give it up.
Stiff has 18, back to a 5-point game. They clear it out for Hill. And Ellis, acrobatic shot, and he's fouled. Dale Ellis has got to get some help in that situation. Pistons did a nice job with their spacing that time, really spreading the floor. Timeout. Grant Hill has a couple of freebies coming. 1:54 left in the third. Pistons by 5. 1:25 in a turning third quarter clock. Step out by Mutombo. Dumars to a cutting Miller. Oliver tried to get it to touch home, but couldn't quite get the roll. Oliver did the right thing, though, rolling to the rim. Stiff lost the handle. Near turnover again. Hammond's cutting down low. Nice knockaway, Terry Mills, because Hammond would have had the easy 2.
Oh, and if he doesn't get just a fingertip on that ball, it's an easy layup for Hammond. Good foot movement. The weight loss showing benefit right there. Terry Mills.
Ellis with a head fake. Losing Hill. Dale Ellis for 2. Ellis seems like he can go on forever shooting that long-range jumper in his 12th year out of Tennessee. He has 10 points tonight. Denver within 4. We've seen Grant handle the ball quite a bit here in the third quarter out high. Goes inside. Oh, he missed it. Dawkins somehow had it blocked, though. Hammond's got a piece of it. Here comes Denver on the run. Pack. Somebody's got to stop him. No! Bad pass. Mills knocked it away. Here comes Dawkins. Pistons would love a transition hoop here. Joe leaning, floating, missing. Rebound Mutombo.
Wow, he anticipated Mutombo jumping up. Shot the high arcer. Perhaps wasn't necessary that time. Denver in transition.
Ellis with a tough catch and shot.
Critical stage right now for the Pistons. They do not want to get into a running situation with Denver. Wise to pull it out, work that clock.
Final shot of the quarter coming from Detroit. Crowd in it for maybe the second time tonight. Dawkins and Pack. Mills with 5 left to shoot. Has to force a 3. High archer, it goes!
Wow.
With a hand against his nostrils.
Big time facial. Hey, give Tom Hammonds credit. Can't play any better defense than that.
Terry with 14 to take a little bit out of the wind out of the sails here. Man, that was a huge 3. We might be looking back at that, Greg Kelser, as the difference in the ball game. Let's hope so. You see Mutombo's third quarter numbers. Mills has 14 points, 3 trays. The Pistons have done the job for 3 quarters, but 12 minutes remain in their quest to open the West Coast swing with a win. Defense certainly a big part of this ball game. Pistons shooting down to 44%. Denver not much better. Pistons have been outscored at the line by 4 points. They've been outboarded by 4, but the turnovers a key factor. Denver with 17 right now. Pistons have done a nice job with just 9. Watch Terry Mills to close the quarter.
And this is big because you know what it does? For as much as Denver was surging, they won that quarter by 1 point. That's a heartbreaker there for them.
Mark Macon starts the fourth quarter on the floor in the backcourt with Dawkins. Mark in trouble, has to pass it up. Jalen Rose is also out there for Denver. Hill, tough pass inside to Dawkins. How'd he thread that near?
Well, he keeps his head up. He sees the floor well. And Dawkins slipped inside. And Hill, being 6 feet 8 inches tall, passed it right over the top of the defense.
I think before this year is out, you're going to see him playing some valuable minutes at the point. Ellis clanks another 3. Miller now leading the pack. Gives it up to Macon. A wide dribble to Dawkins. Johnny D, right wing J, hard pass. Dawkins with 11. Pistons with a couple of quick hoops. They're back up by 9. Having fun again. 80-71 Detroit. Mills defending Hammonds in the post. Still Denver ball with 12 seconds to shoot. Macon-Dawkins combo has really worked well for Don Chaney this season. Earning some valuable rest, frankly, for Joe Dumars. Ball nearly peeled away, and it is. Miller first, then Macon. Fast break, Mills on the jam.
Wow, Terry. Got up in the air that time.
16 for Terry. 82-71. Pistons by 11. Their biggest bulge tonight.
And Denver's biggest deficit of the year.
Nuggets have to be gulping a little bit right now. They didn't expect this. Jalen in traffic, fights it up and down. There's that soft touch. And Rose will look for a three-point play. How many times we see that in Chrysler Arena?
Well, Don Chaney certainly didn't want to see that because, first of all, it took Detroit forever to get a double-digit lead. And Denver right back down quickly with Jalen in the post, maneuvering, taking that tough off-balance shot that he's noted for. Gets the soft roll and a three-point opportunity.
And worse yet, the fourth Oliver Miller foul as you watch the Pistons break again and Mills thundering it down. 82-73. Well, how quiet is it in here? Partly to give Jalen concentration room, but also the fact that the Pistons have clearly stolen the thunder tonight. 82-74. Well, Johnny Dawkins passes have pace on it, don't they, Greg? Miller had it knocked away by Jalen Rose.
He's crisp and he's accurate. You're right.
5 to shoot. Mills tries a three. No, Rogers' defense helped that shot go a little bit to the left. I have a feeling Denver's ready to make a run at any moment. Illegal defense against the blue shirts.
Tell you what I wouldn't be surprised to see, and that's the ball. The offense start with Grant Hill again because he forces some type of defensive rotation, which usually will leave someone open for an open shot. And the Pistons do not want their offense to become stagnant right now.
That's a nice change of pace, that's for sure. Ellis will look for his 13th point at the line. Averaging 10 a game. There's a free agent pickup by this club just before the season started. Like last year, of course, was San Antonio. And we'll see Jalen Rose sitting back down. Robert Pack back out there. Rose has fared well tonight with 7 points. Also has a pair of assists. Pistons with 14 steals tonight. That's their best yet in the season. We can put that clock in the fast forward, right?
That'll help right now. When you got a lead, when you got a lead, any time on the clock seems like an eternity.
Again, the illegal defense, and I think it was Oliver Miller again. There's Bob Delaney explaining it to Don Chaney.
Now, these are freebies right now for Denver that Detroit can ill afford to give up. I mean, there's no time going off the clock. Really, the clock not a factor at all right now, 9:40 to go, but you can't keep allowing teams to step to the line off of illegal defensive calls and get the free throws to cut your lead down.
Denver's knocking down the free throws. They're 20 of 24, 83%. They've improved that figure from a year ago. High 70s. Cutting is Rogers. Lays it up. Oh, it went out. Rodney Rogers got it back. We have a foul. Pistons want a jump ball, but it's not coming. Oliver Miller picks up his 5th foul. Mark West is going to have to come back in.
You know, when you talk about Oliver Miller and Mark West, I don't think you're going to be able to separate them all season. This is one forward, one center and 2. And when you combine their numbers, Detroit has one heck of a center.
Pass was too tall for Macon. Reggie Williams a 3. Oh, that's a big shot. That's going to get the crowd in an uproar. 82-79, Denver within 3.
Denver scored 8 straight, by the way.
Gut check time now for the Pistons. 9:15 to go in the ball game. Hill on a pick and roll. West, oh, a tough shot. Another runner.
If you didn't know, you would think Mark West was a right-hander. He loves that left-hander. He loves using that left hand. And that was a tough shot, folks.
That's why he's been among the league leaders for years in field goal percentage. Ellis tries a 3. No. Rebound. Williams got it. Missed it. He just blew it.
He blew it. Again, going back to that Mark West shot, made even tougher by the fact he's fresh off the bench. He's been sitting quite a while.
And moving. 84-79. Again, Hill with it. We've seen that at least a half a dozen times in this quarter already. Pick and roll in the West. Grant beats Williams. Wanted a foul. No whistle. Transition game. Pat gives it up. Ellis, he's so dangerous. 2 more.
You know, we got a couple of injured players on the floor, but looked like both will shake it off. Grant Hill, he hit the floor hard. He's fine, but Rogers maybe bumped knees. He's limping noticeably on the floor.
84-81.
Who's he guarding?
3-point game. Rogers is on West. Terry Mills, a 3. Short rebound inside by Rogers.
The man with the gimpy knee.
Here comes Pat. Runs into Ellis. Ellis has been a big spark for him with 16. He has 2 transition jumpers. 7:50 left. 7 to shoot. West leaning all over Rogers. They got to hurry. 4. Rogers had it blocked. Mutombo no. Here comes Dawkins with it. And the Pistons will start anew here.
They forced Denver to eat up a lot of clock, which led to a very tough shot, low percentage shot by Mutombo.
Dawkins turns the corner. West gives it up wisely. Dawkins to an open Hill. Grant, long step, switch inside for 2. Grant Hill with 13.
Well, he could get to the basket fast.
Long strides. And quick, 86-81.
Great body control up top.
5-point differential again. Pistons just persistent not to give up this lead. 7 minutes to play. Ellis with making it. Long time Williams. No. Hustle rebound Hill. Beat Rogers to it. Saved at the Mills. Pistons get it back. Clock continues to wind. 6:45 to play.
Oh, they took
a
too long.
10-second violation.
Saw it coming. Saw it coming. Keep in mind, the clock turned when Grant saved it out of bounds. 24 seconds begin to count that time. Pistons casually walking up. Better communication would have negated that.
Grant was going to bring it up the floor, and then Johnny Dawkins called for it, and then he stopped to almost say, here it is, and then the violation. Now he'll learn from that, to be sure. 86-81, Pistons still nursing a 5-point lead. Dawkins remains out there in the backcourt. Now Joe Dumars is taking over for Macon. 14 steals again for the Pistons, a season high. Pack lost it. Mutombo tried to save it. Should be another turnover. Are they saying kickball? Now they're re-ruling, and it is Piston ball as we thought it would be. But the 19th Denver turnover. Pistons with only 10. Grant Hill again at the point forward spot. I love this look.
Well, it gives them an additional ball handler out on the floor. But more importantly, it forces Denver to have to do something defensive in terms of adjusting. And that usually leaves somebody open. Did that look like a little goaltending up there?
Rogers almost tipped it in, yeah. 86-81, stiff. Good quick double team from Terry Mills. Long bomb Rogers. Short rebound. Dumars got up there. Against Mutombo. Joe couldn't control the dribble. Turnover. He's okay, but it's Denver ball. Calling for it is Ellis. Inside Mills. Short rebound Dawkins. No, tipped out of his hands by Rogers again.
Denver scrambling. I mean, they're getting their hands on everything that comes off the glass right now.
They understand the urgency. 5:45 left, and they trail by 5. And a whistle goes against the Pistons. Foul is on Mills. That's Terry's 3rd. Nuggets have not yet been called for a team foul. Pistons have 3. And the Pistons still with 1 more to give. You can sense, Greg, the crowd wants to get in this thing, but they just can't seem to get a run from their team.
I'll give the Pistons credit. They're staving off Denver and Denver's crowd.
Pat, a hand check whistle. And it's Grant Hill this time. It's Grant's 3rd.
This will be the toughest stretch of the game for him, however, Fred, because you can see the intensity level of Denver starting to rise. Now, will the Pistons here on the road raise their level to match?
Nuggets now are in the bonus for the rest of this 4th quarter. Rogers posting strong, missing Mutombo, and there's a foul Not much else Grant Hill could do, as Mutombo certainly would have flushed it home. Got to make him earn it at the line, but Hill now with 4 fouls, but he's very good at keeping his hands in his pockets when he gets in trouble.
Well, sometimes this will happen. Notice Mark West has to come over and help out. Now, as a result, there's no one there to block out Mutombo, so he's going to get that offensive rebound most of the time. Give Grant Hill credit because he got back and at least stopped the easy putback and, of course, the big guy to have to earn it at the free throw line.
Mutombo 4 in a row.
What you want, dog?
I'm gonna put a whammy.
It's a little bit different in the last 5 minutes.
Because every time I do that when a Pistons at the free throw, right? You know that is.
Let's say it again. Come on. Maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah. Shooting better not seen him at the line in years. Rodney Rogers, though, picks off the miss. Pistons getting beaten now on some loose ball situations. Rogers to the hole. Oh, stuffed by Stiff.
See, again, we talk about intensity and getting tough. The Pistons are going to have to do that because Denver is sensing, hey, we got to do it now. They're playing much harder, much better, more aggressively, and the Pistons have got to do it if they expect to win.
Mills able to save it in the half court. Dumars against Stiff, who spiked it home to get everybody fired up. Joe, good hit fake, readjusts. No, rebound West, one-handed, he's held. You got to call a foul there, finally, as Rogers had the handcuffs on. And that was a late whistle.
Yeah, it was. That time, however, West, a better rebounder than Rogers with one hand tied behind his back. Look at this.
Just the first team foul on Denver. 4:40 left in the fourth. Dumars pops out off a Mills screen. He's doubled. Dawkins needs it. No, rattles out to Mutombo. Pistons just have not been able to hit those triples tonight.
Well, from a mental standpoint, this is a game I think now Detroit must win because it does severe damage to you when you play this well for so long on the road and don't come away with the win. So they've really got to concentrate now and get this.
Dumars tried to deflect it away from Stiff, but pounded it out of bounds. And a Don Chaney called timeout. It's a full timeout. And it comes with 4:16 on that fourth quarter clock. Pistons still keeping their head above water. All right, so it's inbound for Denver. That's Stith with it. Having trouble. Has to force it. Near turnover. Ellis looks inside to Rogers. Readjusts and scores. Rodney Rogers has 13. We have a one-point game. Major gut check time for the Pistons.
Yeah, and this is about as loud as this crowd has been tonight as they try to give the Nuggets a lift.
Dumars, who loves these clutch situations, fires for 3. No. Missed it. Stiff. Out jumped Hill for the ball. Denver can take the lead. Open man Ellis. He hit it before from there. Another one. Denver finally has regained the lead.
Chaney will get a timeout right now. He doesn't want this thing to get any further out of hand. Detroit still 3:45 to go in the game, but they've come unglued on the offensive end right now.
Pistons are 5 for 22 in three-point shooting. 3:45 left. We'll be back. They've out-rebounded the Pistons by 10, 46-36. Dawkins, a 2. Swish!
Yeah, so they got good spacing that time. Floor spread.
Yes.
Joe Dumars forcing a double. They used the skip pass, and Dawkins had an extra second to line it up.
They're saying that Johnny Dawkins take the shot because if somebody's going to beat us, it's going to be you. And Dawkins answered the challenge. 88-87 Detroit.
Yeah, that was a good one shot. But now they've got to stiffen on this end where Denver has really toughened.
Stiff cutting in the traffic, and he is fouled. And Stiff, who is so dangerous at the free throw line, will shoot a pair.
Stiff is a big, strong guy who gets inside, forces you to have to sometimes grab him to keep him from getting it up. Here, look at this. I mean, he's very strong in there. Draws a lot of attention. They have to hack him to negate the easy layup.
Dawkins picked up the foul, his third. Stith will look for his 22nd point and try to break the tie. 3:11 left. 89-88 Denver. Dawkins brings it up the floor, gives it up the hill. See what the play call is from Don Chaney. Two-man game with Mark West. Mutombo goes back. Mills inside. Blocked by Mutombo, and a dunk try.
Hey,
Out of bounds to Denver.
The problem on that shot, and I'm sure Terry Mills will admit, he tried to gather and dunk, which gave Mutombo an extra moment to get over and block it. He goes straight up and lay that thing, get it off the glass real quick. There's no way Mutombo can get there.
Denver with a 1-point lead in the ball. Mutombo has 5 blocks. That's what he averages a game. Mills got up there to try to deflect. Rogers was mangled. So Rodney Rogers goes to the line. Watch the block again by Mutombo.
See, Fred, sometimes it's good to go strong, but other times it's good to go quick. Now watch this. There's the catch by Mills. Laid out right now off the glass. But by gathering, going up with 2 hands, trying to go strong, Mutombo got back and blocked the shot.
So Rogers has a pair. He's a 74% free thrower. Misses number 1.
Looked like it.
Still a 1-point game. 2:40 to play. Pack has been exceptionally quiet on the offensive end tonight with just 4 points, but Denver's had a huge presence inside. Rogers has 14. 90-88 Denver. 2.5 to play.
Pistons going back to the same play that a moment ago got Johnny Dawkins a wide open jumper.
Mills to a cutting West. Gives it up the hill. Dawkins again. A 2. No. Front rimming. Out to Stiff. Pistons just not been able to get Grant Hill in position at least to get him to take it to the hole. Grant with 13 points. A season low, just 11 shots. Rogers with it.
Shot clock at 5.
Ellis. Pack has to hurry.
He's the man you want taking it.
No, rolls out to West.
He's the man you want taking it of the players on the floor right now for Denver from the outside.
Pistons still just a hoop away here. 90-88. 147 and ticking. Time to play at McNichols. 10 to shoot. Dawkins now at the point. Dumars was bumped. It's the 2nd team foul on Denver. First in the last 2 minutes. So at least the Pistons now will be in a bonus from here on. 1:38 remaining. See, Pack is playing off Dawkins. Dumars with a switch has Rogers on him. Mills posting stiff. 4 inches taller. Swinging. Dawkins again. Fakes, jumps, fires. No, rolled across. Oh, my. And a loose ball foul on Denver. Dan Issel can't believe it. He about came out of his penny loafers on that one. He thought for sure it was a foul against Detroit.
Well,
whoa, that's a huge call.
As the Pistons are giving Denver Robert Pack, Denver, they're giving the Pistons Johnny Dawkins, and Johnny's shot a little bit flat, off the mark here late. But he's got to keep taking that shot. He's a good shooter. Right here, look. Good pump fake, wide open.
It's there.
It's there. The shot's there. He's got to take that. And there's the push-off by Stiff.
And Mills, with the first 2 free throws for the Pistons in this quarter, knots it at 90. 1:20 to go.
Big break on the road, by the way. You don't usually get that.
Boy, you are right. And especially right in front of Dan Issel. Hill leaning on Rogers. Quick double team Dawkins. Pack spurted inside and drew the foul. As soon as Dawkins committed, Pack cut to the hole, and they got it to him. So it's Robert Pack's turn, a 78% career free thrower. Foul assessed to West. That's number 5 on Mark. Good recognition by Mutombo there to find the open man. 90-90. 1-point Denver lead, 1:09 to play. Oliver Miller checks in for Mark West. 1 more for either Piston center, and they are out. .92-90. Pack with a couple of pressure free throws. He only has 6. .105 to play. Grant Hill sizes up Ellis. Turns the corner. Tough shot. Rolls out. Look at Dawkins get up, and he was fouled. Johnny Dawkins at 6'2", exploded off the floor to get that rebound.
See, that's matching intensity with intensity, because that was an offensive rebound that Detroit absolutely had to have. And Dawkins, that's as high as we've seen him get off the floor this season.
That was a huge rebound. Rodney Rogers with a foul. But watch Dawkins come in here.
He was way up there as Dawkins. You know, sometimes you forget he was a good leaper in college and early in his NBA career.
Johnny D with the first stroke. He has 14.
But he's also got a rebuilt knee.
And a huge heart to go with it. Guy who was fought back from that dreaded ACL injury. Guys like Mark Price and Danny Manning have had it. Dawkins ties it again. 92-92. We're inside a minute to play. Pistons certainly deserve to win this. They've outplayed the Nuggets most of this night. Pat Cutting almost walked. No! Rebound. Hill's defense did it. He may have been poked in the eye. He's okay. Pistons will go with it.
Well, Cheney might want to consider getting 2 for 1, so they better go fast. This assures them at least one other possession.
30 seconds left to go in the quarter. Dumars arches a three. No, it's short. Rebound, Mutombo. Pistons will get the ball back with a fraction of a second.
Yeah,
so we're probably looking at either overtime or a Denver win.
Now everybody is up. Everybody's up in anticipation. Pistons looking for their biggest defensive stop of the game.
That's Pack with it. Way out. 7, 6 to shoot. Now 5. They go to Rogers. No, he forced a dribble. Pistons get it back. Do they get a timeout? Oh, my, with 1.9 to go. It'll be an inbound from the midcourt line, and now we're looking at either overtime or Detroit victory.
He's got to put it up.
Fires. Got it! Oh, my!
Yeah.
Mr. Blood knocks it home.
No wonder they wanted to get the blood stopped.
Unbelievable. Hopefully will be our post-game guest.
That was huge. Terry knew the clock. He knew it and took it all the way down, and there's the jubilation.
Before I saw the replay, I thought for sure that shot took more than 1.9 seconds. Well, that's it for today's show, but there's more basketball with Bill Woods on Saturday Basketball. I'll see you next week for more NBA.
Basketball's a sport that you just can't miss. Every day you meet people who play on blacktops and beaches and on their driveways. You see them playing ball in the park, or see a kid shooting around till it's dark. All over the world, it just seems the same. I mean, it's basketball. I really love this game. I really love this game. I love it. You love it. We love this game. The NBA. I really love this game. It's the NBA. You won't believe this. We got dunks and got players who don't miss. Then you gotta be smooth when you take it in the lane. It's the NBA. I really love this game. It's the NBA.
Here's Holden putting it home.
Cause in the NBA, it's crazy. We got guys with moves that amaze me. It's fantastic and crowds go insane. It's the NBA. I really love this game. I really love this game.